Greetings, humans. I'm Andy.
And I'm George.
And this is Kuskus.
And welcome back to the Windmill Full of Corpses.
Okay, so what do you do when your favorite band is the only band in the country of Andorra and they have a hometown show, which is something that almost never happens? And not only they have a hometown show, but they have their first ever hometown show with an orchestra. Well, what you do is you fly over to see them, and then you don't mosh because it's a seated audience. Rip. But this is Persefone, live at Auditori Nacional Andorra, featuring Onca, the orchestra. They did this show in May of 2024, and it's going to be released as a live DVD. And we were there. And the first release from it, the first single, is Living Waves. And I am extremely nervous about this one, even though I've seen it in person.
Right, so all that trivia is important to you, but the most important fact you need to know, that is much, much more significant than everything he already said.
Oh, God.
Is that they're the bros.
They are the bros, yes.
Are you ready?
No.
I transcend too.
The sound of the living. I live behind the screen of thought. Projections have no substance here. A standard thread informs my life. I taste the coals that burn my eyes. I have the pain, the joy and the fight. There is no separation in this illusion.
Yeah! Let's go.
That was so good.
How could anyone not love them?
That took me back. Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start by criticizing you.
Okay.
During the sing-along part,
Mhm.
when you get the drum transition, you
Yes.
air drummed like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all snare. Ta 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 ta.
Okay, fair.
It's all snare. It's all here.
Okay,
I
fair.
got it wrong too.
Mhm.
But I noticed that you got it wrong.
Okay. Wow, that was so cool. So I think the metal parts of it, I mean the band, it sounds closer to studio than I would expect this to sound. Like they're really, really tight and precise. You don't really get the sort of live energy you get off of live DVDs typically, probably also because it's a seated show and there's
Yeah.
this more of this concerto vibe rather than a metal show vibe where everybody
Yeah.
wants to, consensually and lovingly beat each other. So that kind of changes the vibe and it puts you more in this observant space where you have to actually look at the music. Despite that fact, I know for sure that the guy in front of us was like in his chair. So
So were we.
but it does force you to perceive more, right? The orchestra, I think, where it's most visible is through the middle part, through the
Yeah.
mantra part,
Yeah.
and they're doing the galloping, like the band's going chugga chugga chugga, and they're going on the cellos and the violins and everything. That was
Chugga,
chugga chugga, yes.
Deep wisdom.
Deep wisdom. This band is all about deep wisdom.
Yeah.
Bobby's got like transparent panels around him, and in theory that's because he has to like shield the sound from the drums from going into everyone else's microphones and causing all sorts of feedback. That's the pretext for it. I'm guessing he just wants some wall between him and the other guys because he's probably just tired of them at this point. He has to tour manage for them.
I'm pretty sure if I had to be in this band, I'd be tired of everyone too.
Look, his vocalist is a fucking therapist, okay? those people are gonna call you out and judge you on everything.
Yeah.
So he needs some, he needs to protect his feelings.
Yes. From therapy.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity for the win.
The therapist does have a spectacular stage presence, though, and great vocal delivery.
Yeah, it is the first time that we're actually hearing a recording of Living Waves with Danny on it.
Yes.
And it sounds so fucking fabulous.
Also, so there's 3 vocals for those of you that didn't notice. Mo, the keyboard player, is doing the clean part in the middle, and the robotic voice in the beginning, that's off tape, and that's Paul Masvidal from Cynic. Probably still the most legendary guest feature that I'm aware of.
Paul Masvidal on Living Waves?
Yes.
I'd have to think about that, but definitely one of the most legendary.
Yeah,
for sure.
there are a couple of others pretty cool ones.
The best thing about this for me is the live drum sound. you notice more stuff.
Yes.
And this is coming exactly at a time that I'm starting to get more into less hi-fi and more real, like raw sounding productions. And by that I don't mean I want it to sound like shit. I mean I want it to sound like this. Like this sounded like the drums are in the room.
So implicit in your statement is that this doesn't sound like shit.
Yes.
That needs to be meant. It sounds a lot better than shit.
Yeah, and the best moment was when you get the ta 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 ta, when you get the blast beat in the intro, you get to hear the cymbal a lot more. I think on the record it's a lot more compressed and you just get the snare like whacking at you like ta 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 ta. And the snare gets a bit buried. Here you really got that effect of a machine gun because you're hearing both. It was so
I think
violence. I think spiritual, peaceful, inspirational violence.
I think it's really cool for a band like Persefone also that their guitars play in line just as tightly, right? Because a lot of times in more extreme bands, you will get like very gritty sounding, aggressive, roaring guitars, and all of the articulation has to come from the drums.
Yeah.
But like, especially on the outro riff, through this one, it's like mathematical precision on the guitars too.
Yeah.
And through the soloing as well. So shout out to the guitars for that. And even Tony played right.
Rude.
He played right.
Yeah. Check out the new Tony shirt.
Okay, so we just heard like a fireworks explosion in the background half a second after he said something about the Tony shirt. So I'm gonna guess that's somebody celebrating the Tony shirt. I don't know if you can hear it on the recording.
Yeah, right. So speaking of the guitars being so synchronized with the drums, do you know that meme about when the drummer and the bassist sort of lock in? I'm like, for Persefone, whenever there's rig sections, the guitarists are like, "Bitch, I'm a bassist."
Why?
Because everything locks in on the rhythm section. Everything is rhythmic. Everything's in sync with the drums. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah. But that was really freaking cool. I really want to see how this ties up together with the whole show. How the orchestra comes across on other songs too that we've heard. And it's just, I love what they're doing with the lighting as well. We've also seen Persefone live a lot.
It was blue.
Outside of this too, and they always have a spectacular live show. It really helps with the immersive nature of the performance.
They got the blues.
For you?
For Tony.
Everyone's got the blues for Tony.
Such a heartbreaker. Are we done here?
No.
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpse is out.